Hey, what's up YouTube? Me, DJ Brandon. Ooh, I need to shave. But anyway, been talking to some of the DJs out there. Dudes have been calling me from around the country and emailing me from around the globe. And they've been calling me about how to hook up stuff. And some of them are actually looking at buying some new subs and all that kind of cool stuff, smashy jazzy stuff. And I just drew up just a quick wiring diagram that shows you how to hook up a sub, a setup in stereo, and a setup in stereo with the sub running in mono mode. And let me show it to you. It's pretty simple. Excuse my handwriting. I know it's bad, but anyway. Here we go. Right here, I have the mixer, XLR output, which is your signal for your mixer. Will go straight to your crossover into the input XLR, and the crossover is going to have two sets of outputs. One's going to be high and one's going to be low, and it'll come out of the high input output into the input of the amp, and the amp to the speakers for that. For your high amp, and then for the mixer, not from the mixer, but from the crossover, straight down to the sub amp would be the low output into two subs. Now, the reason why I got this going to two subs out here is because, let's say for example, I used to have two JBL JRX 118s, and they were running off of a Crown Xti 2000, and that amp puts out 800 watts a channel at 4 ohm. Those JRXs are rated at, I believe, 750 watt program, 1400 watt peak. So I was running them at 800 watts a channel at 4 ohm. Well, I got a buddy of mine who's actually looking at buying 2M Pros and stuff, and he doesn't have a lot of money for an amp, but I recommend him the XTI series just because I had pretty good luck with it. The XTI amp actually runs about 80% cooler than your average amp. It's it's less than 20 pounds. It's got a damping factor of greater than 500, which the benefit of that is that it actually it's really good for your sub signal. It'll actually hold the sub frequency and the volume that you need it at higher volume constantly. You get that really more of a oomph. But that's the reason why I show this particular wiring diagram with two subs run off of two channels of an amp, because so you don't have to bridge an amp to make that work. Now, the XTI 2000, which I will show it to you in a future video, will actually have an output for XLR. So you want to go XLR out of one of the outputs into another channel. I'll show you that on the next clip. All right, see y'all next. All right, welcome to part 2 on this series here. I just added something to the diagram. All right, now I'm gonna show you the part of just running a typical setup for, let's say, if you're running a sub on bridge mode. So I'm gonna come out of the mixer into the crossover input. High output is gonna be the same as the last diagram. So you can go 2 channel out of the crossover straight into the power amp for your high speakers for your tops, into channel 1 and 2 on the back of your power amp, and from your power amp to the speakers. Okay. Low output for the sub, you're going to just use channel 1, which is typically the mono output out of your crossover for the sub, back into the low amplifier to run your sub, and it'll be set to channel 1. Do not use channel 2. Okay. And then the back of your amp, you'll see a little connection in the back of the amp where it says bridged, which I'll show you in a future video, not today. Now, let's say, for example, if you're confused about why this is running in stereo, you don't want your sub signal running in the stereo because it'll be out of phase. What I mean by out of phase, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but your sub will not be hitting at the same. Your subs will not be operating at the same beat. They'll be off. It'd be like, you know. But anyway, now this diagram that you see here, the reason why if you're gonna run a 2-channel, one channel out of your crossover, and you don't want your running the stereo, you can actually run it out of your crossover channel 1 mono output on the sub input. And then if you want to still utilize the 800 watts channel on the Crown Xti 2000, you'll run out of the channel 1 output into the channel 2. So that way channels 1 and 2 on the amplifier will be running in 2-channel, but the sub signal, the signal will be running operating at the same exact time. So you're tricking the amp thinking that it's running in stereo because you have the amp set to stereo, but you're running mono out of your crossover. So mono from your crossover into channel 1, out of channel 1 into channel 2. So it's basically your daisy chaining. So take a look at that diagram. And that's how you hook it up. That's how I was running it for a while until I got the money to actually get more amps. But this is my smallest setup right here. I'm using an inexpensive mixer here on this particular setup. Like I say, I don't use I love the way this mixer is because it has a lot of inputs. It's a Behringer mixer, and the Newmark DMC2 that hooks up to the laptops. And then down here I have the Sonic Maximizer BBE. And the benefit of that, I'm going to show you how it operates. Let me get my pen. For example, you got the tweeter, you got the mid, and you got the low. Okay? Basically, the lows that you're going to hear last, the tweeter, the mids you'll hear second, the tweeter you'll hear first. What the Sonic Maximizer does, it takes all those signals and even them up for you so you can hear it all at once. So you hear all the sound quality, all the frequencies all at once, highs, mids, and lows. That's the way it'll sound clear. So I can play the system at a lower volume without having to strain my speakers. And I didn't believe in this crap at first, but I stopped being a cheap ass and actually got out and spent the money on that unit. And then it's called the BBE Sonic Maximizer. The model number is 882i. It's a great unit. I strongly recommend getting it, so that way you can actually enjoy your sound quality. And in my small system, I'm running one 1000 bridge on one sub by itself, and it's pushing 1000 watts at 8 ohm bridge, and I'm using the 12-inch speakers, running them at 550 watts at 8 ohm. This actually puts out 800 watts a channel at 4 ohm. But these are great units here. Like I said, this is my smallest system here, and I'll show you other systems later. But I recommend taking into consideration what I said about the BBE Sonic Maximizer. I can't stress it enough. I know too many DJs, their system sounds like crap. You know, they buy all these big ass speakers, but they want to sit there and skip out on your DSP, which stands for digital signal processing. That is your Sonic Maximizer and your crossover. You know, I'll get into more higher end digital signal processing later because I got some better units than that, but this is where it starts at, and I strongly recommend getting into it. Again, my name is DJ Brandon. Big shout out to DJ Fatboy, DJ Quick, DJ Louis Mix, DJ Castivo, DJ Kaz, Zuma, everybody who's subscribed to my channel, Corey Daniel, DJ Big Dog, Brian S. Red. Thanks a lot for all the hard work you put into the hooking diagrams. And y'all check out Brian S. Red's YouTube channel, because he actually has a lot of good hooking diagrams that probably looks better than mine, but mine's just a thrown together scratch deal I put together. But yeah, again, my name is DJ Brennan, and y'all keep it rocking.